What'd you say?
Yeah, you wanted a million and you show it. What you want, is it really that important? You've been on my mind.
Hey everyone, it's been a minute since we've done a ride along, hasn't it? I'll be honest, I had a cop behind me and I was like, let me turn my camera on because you just never know. And then finally he pulled around me. Y'all out there washing those cars, show what y'all will wipe mine down too. You know what? Let's swing on over to the car wash. Will it get wiped down though? Well, not likely. It's a little too chilly for that. It's what, 51 degrees? It's not that serious to me. We'll just deal with the wet drops. But anyways, I'm actually going out, off track, to get, I need like an organizer in my bathroom because I feel like a lot of times, today I put on a little bit of makeup and when I do that, I don't have a lot of countertop space. So I end up putting stuff here and reaching over and through. Sometimes I might knock things over and I just feel like I need a small little tray to just put things like that on. Same is true for when I'm bothering to do my hair or something. I have those same issues. You're all set. Thank you. And so just getting an organizer for that will eliminate that issue of clutterness, I feel. But anyway, yeah, I need to do some organizing and cleaning and all of that. I wish I drank coffee because my energy to do it just isn't there yet. But I'm going to do it anyway. And I'll probably pick up a little nothing but cake as well. I don't know what it is. That's been my little crave lately. I've probably knocked down, well, now that I think about it, it's not so bad. Every other week, I probably get a nothing but cake. So that's not terrible. I don't feel so bad now. But I keep sticking with Snickerdoodle. I wonder if there's another flavor that I would like as much or more. You want to guide me in? Stop talking to old girl there. I guess he doesn't. Hello, just waiting. Unless he said that's what you're gonna do, just keep waiting. Oh, a little shift change, I got you. See, I already feel like she's not as thorough as he was. My back windshield has a lip on it, so you gotta kind of put the hose under. She didn't. Doggone it. What can I do, open the door and complain? Not really. Man, I feel like the car behind me is way too close. How did she guide us both in this close? Like, oh, look at this. Maybe if you see it in the rear view mirror, like, can y'all see how close this car is? That's insane to me. Now I feel a little way. Is everybody out here wiping their car down, huh? I guess I look like the lazy one if I just drive off. I sure do just want to drive off, though. I'll do a quickie, at least on my windshields, just because I don't like that, the water staining parts. Y'all see I lied. I wound up wiping down the whole car. Oh, hush. But anyway, while I was there, the guy right next to me pulls in to wipe down his car, and he gets a phone call in the meantime. And I could hear the phone ring through his car, but he must have had an earpiece on or something. Not that I was trying to listen to his conversation. I was actually glad his phone rang because the music he was playing, basing it out of his speaker, first of all, the music was trash and the speakers were worse. Dude, I mean, you got it that loud. I want to hear something other than pow, bow, bow, bow. Like, that was just terrible. I hate it when somebody in a big old truck pulls up to me knowing I can't see around your big butt. Move, man. Anywho, am I in the mood? I don't think so. I think I'm alright. But he gets on the phone and I can hear his side of the conversation. He's like, yeah, yo, yeah, man, yeah, I got the list and everything. I can read the list, you know. No, I don't mean to sound like that. And then while he's talking, he's making all these gestures and stuff. And I guess to some degree he's trying to get my attention. So I finally just look over and he points, you know, at the phone, doing a phone motion. Not that he has a phone in his hand, but he does the phone motion like somebody's talking too much. And I'm like, dude, I don't I don't know, you from a can of paint. What is this? What is the meaning? And so then I finally figured out he must be just trying to engage me somehow. So I just turned back around, finished wiping off my car, and I realized he must also be talking to a woman. And I guess I'm supposed to think, oh, he's being bothered, but he don't really want to be bothered. Maybe he would bother. So finally, that makes me kind of do an assessment. Oh, okay. So his car was very nice luxury car. Looked like it cost a pretty penny. But that doesn't mean a lot to me because, girls, y'all know a lot of these men with these nice cars got nice car payments, right? Their pockets don't be like that. So if you're thinking about, oh, he got a nice car, I want to holler, you better come up with another reason other than that. But even worse than that, just his mannerisms of all this, she's talking too much, and I'm pretty sure it was a she, and all that extra stuff. Like, who finds that attractive, sir? Is that your hit-on game? So I'm trying to wrap up, put my stuff in, and get out of there real quick, especially while he's on the phone. He hurries up, gets off the phone, and he's like, hey, can I holler at you right quick? Nope. No, sir, you cannot. Not at all. And you would think from what I'm saying, he was a younger guy. Head full of gray hairs. You sound dumb. Okay, this isn't bad for storage. Super simple. I think I would like the top to be covered somehow, though. Oh, no, that is way too... $60? No, that's overpriced. That looks nice. This doesn't match the marble of my bathroom, but it's doing way more than I need it to do. I cannot believe this is $50. It's just a mesh rack. A mesh rack of baskets. Oh, that's simple. I know that's not $150. Yep, wow. Okay, yeah, no. I also need to buy some games for indoor recess because inevitably it's gonna snow and rain and all that stuff. After all that shopping, I decided to stop by the Salty Iguana. I could eat Mexican food just about every day. Thank you. I would worry about the music, but people around me are talking so loudly, I doubt you can hear it. I wonder if you can hear me. Ooh, the salsa is just real okay. I hate going to a Mexican restaurant where they don't have good salsa or cheese sauce because, I mean, duh. It's like going to a soul food restaurant with bad chicken and macaroni. Thank you. Alright, so along with my chips and salsa, I got my strawberry margarita with the sugar rim. Pretty much my standard Mexican food drink order. I need to start switching it up more. Ooh, but why? That's good. A little lime juice in this tired salsa too. I'm talking about it, but knocking it back at the same time.
Please be very careful. Can I get you anything else?
I got a chicken enchilada, chicken tacos. I think they call it a tinga taco. You know what I just realized is weird about me? And I think I only thought of it because you guys are here with me. Why do I say grace before I get my plate of food, but I didn't say it before the chips and salsa? Should I not say it before the whole thing? Because y'all know I left everything. I think my friends do it the same way. Do you? Anyway, let me get into it and I'll talk to you guys soon. Guy walks by the table, sees the camera, turns around and says, are you doing a food review? Ding dong. Will I get better drinks? Will I get better food? Does the camera help me is what I'm wondering. Because so far, all it gives me is weird looks and Karens. People born on January 6th, I guess. Because the funny thing is, I've been researching, I call it research. Okay, I've been going to YouTube University. Because you know, I told you I have some breakage at the top from where my bun all the time. So anyway, as I'm doing my research, I'm reading comments. I stay reading comments. So I'm reading the reviews and I realized that apparently these wig companies give people who review wigs sometimes better wigs, better gift in general than they do the general public. And I'm like, oh, okay. Does that work when I come to restaurants and get food, does it? I'll let you know, but if it does, I'd be doing just like this, acting like I'm doing something. Yeah, yeah, you guys, yeah. Doing the whole food. I get emails about would you like a wig for a review, but they're real wigs, all lace in the front. And baby, I already got an 8 head, so I don't want the risk of lace eating away and getting me to a 10 head. Because it's like at the tippy top of my head. Like if you pulled me up like a puppet, it's exactly where you would put the string that I have some breakage. So I'm wondering, like, will a V part or a U part like be in front of that and I can just cover it and just have a little snippet of hair at the top? That's a good thought. Y'all see me coming through with some 24 inches or whatever. Don't say nothing, just act like I grew it like that. Just that quick, I did. Alright, so as you can see, it's sometime later. I've made it back home. I did get some games for the kids for indoor recess because I know we're in the Midwest. It's going to rain, it's going to snow, it's just going to be flat out too cold. And so the kids have the option usually when they come back in, they can, excuse me, they can watch a movie. You know, I can play that for the whole class and keep the class pretty quiet. And I like that on a personal level because sometimes I get to do some work, but I don't really do that because, you know, for the kids, they need a little more interaction than that. I feel like they don't quite socialize enough already. And so for that reason, I get board games. They also have the option of doing games or electronic games on their Chromebooks and things like that. But I just think that there's value in playing board games and having a teammate. You lose some, you win some, or having an opponent. And, you know, today you won, and I'm not going to feel a ways about it. We're still going to be friends tomorrow. And, you know, you need to not be a sore loser. Sometimes kids get so upset. And anyway, there are just a lot of lessons, I feel like, in board games. And my district does provide us a budget at the beginning of the year of, you know, say $100, for example. And we have the option of buying some things that we need with that. But I always buy multicultural books with my budget. And because, again, there are life lessons to be learned in that, right? And like, for example, one of my favorite books is by the author Ashley Franklin. I'm pretty sure is her last name. And it's Not Quite Snow White for anyone who's interested and you have younger kids or grandkids, whatever. But anyway, Not Quite Snow White, they talk about a girl that wants to play the part of Snow White. And she can't because she's too tall or too chubby and too brown. When we get to the too brown part, the kids are like, oh, that's racist. And, okay, but it was all right to exclude her when she was too chubby. We exclude people because they're fat. I mean, so we have a lesson on there's no real reason to exclude anyone from anything just from the way that they look. And so, you know, on a younger level, there are lessons. I mean, because you have to provide the lessons on a level that's appropriate for them. And then for older kids, I like the book, Those Shoes. Not so much about race and things like that, although they do have friends who look different in the book, but it's about empowerment to some degree. You know, just because you don't have a lot, that doesn't mean you don't have something that you can offer someone and you can't greatly improve someone else's life, you know? So it just have a little, give a little, and find that you end up with more kind of lesson in that one. So anyway, that aside, I went old school with it. I picked up Trouble, y'all. Remember, I know when I was a little kid, just the sound of that, it would excite me because you couldn't tell me every time I popped it, I wasn't going to get a 6. I didn't get a 6, I got a 5. But I'm just saying. So I picked up Trouble, and usually this is a pretty popular game with the kids, so I wound up picking up 2. The only problem is sometimes they lose the pieces and all that stuff. But yeah, I picked up that. And then speaking of old school, which I know about this. Oh, this game used to drive me absolutely. Do I need a battery for this? Because I sure didn't get batteries. But that's okay. I don't think we'll need them for indoor recess soon. I better find out because, oh my goodness, don't want to frustrate the kids with that. And then this one I know doesn't need batteries. Y'all know nothing about perfection. That used to be my jam too. But anyway, so those are a couple of the games. I'm excited for and sometimes I do play the kids. And I'm going to tell you, America, I beat them. If it's Connect 4 or something, sometimes I might let them win, but every so often, if they get a little too cocky, oh, okay, let me pull it out. Let me get on it. But yeah, those are good, I feel like, because I just think it's good to be unplugged sometimes. Like we talk about it as adults, getting out of social media and things like that. But listen, when I was at the Salty Iguana, there was a baby And I know that baby couldn't have been, I'm sure that baby hadn't seen 10 months of life yet, not even 10 months old. And the baby had a tablet in front to, I guess, keep them stimulated to some degree and focused on it. I was like, dang, they starting that young. I've got kids who have a cell phone. You know, I have to tell them to turn it off. And I get it, you know, parents want to reach their kids. And with electronics, you know, they have better ability to do it. But man, the kids are so plugged in. When my daughter was younger, we would have an unplugged night. Like, we're not watching TV and radio. We're just playing board games or card games. And we would play Speed. And I think one of our favorites was Clue. We'd play Clue and things like that. It was a family game. We'd play Uno. Oh, dang, I should have gotten some Uno cards. Looks like I'll be making another trip either to Target or Walmart. Yeah, how'd y'all let me forget Uno? That was the joint. But anyway, we'd have that night, and it's so funny because I felt kind of nerdy doing it. Like, I had some pretty strict restrictions that a lot of my friends who were raising kids didn't have. For example, as she got older and got a cell phone, we're going to charge it up in my room at night. We don't need to be making no sneaky text and calls and all of that stuff. The computer room, because we had a designated area, it was such a different time. We had a desktop computer, but the computer room was just that. It was a room across the hall from our room, and I took the doors off of that one because you would see all these datelines. What was that dude? He'd jump out to catch a predator. John Haskell? I don't know his name. But anyway, that was really popular at the time. And I was like, oh, no. She's not going to be talking to some nasty man in Wisconsin pretending to be a 9-year-old little girl. You know, no. So, you know, I had a lot of restrictions in that way. Unplugged was another one that we would do sometimes. And I wasn't sure at the time. And now that my daughter is much older, she's given me the validation. She's like, no, that you were on point. I want to do this and I want to do that, just like you did. There was some resistance, I think, no, that might have been her cousins. Her cousins were more resistant because their household wasn't like that. But yeah, it was just one of our jams and things that we did. You know, sometimes as parents, we question our decisions and things, and we want to make sure that our kids are happy and all of that at almost all costs. But the reality is, they only get one mom, typically. You know, in life, you might be blessed enough to get a bonus mom, as they call them, but they're going to have 11 friends and pretty much one mom. So you need to really maximize that job and be that. Now that my daughter is older, she and I are friends. But yeah, when she was a little girl, I was very much are you wearing an undershirt? Do you have your gloves in? Did you brush? You know, all those things that you double check that, you know, kids, yes, I did. They don't like it as much, but I can tell by a lot of the kids who walk not just into my room, but just into the school in general, those checks haven't been done. They don't have gloves a lot of times, or they don't have the undershirts, just the things that you almost take for granted and you think people know. I'll tell you another thing that was just insane to me. This was years ago, and we had a parent-teacher conference. And I had said something, I can't even remember what the note or letter was about. And I told the mother that, yeah, I sent that home with little Johnny. And I thought you got that. Nope, never got it. I never did. The kid turned and said, what? You a lie. I gave that to you. When I tell you, my first instinct was I moved back a little bit because I didn't want her hand to accidentally swing me. I got all kinds of thoughts in my mind at the same time, like, dang, I'm a mandated reporter. I'm going to have to report that this kid just got slapped. And, you know, I just hate I got to even see that nothing happened. Nothing other than the mother said, oh, okay, oh, yeah. Now, you want to talk about old school? Yeah. My unplugged and having no door on the computer room, that might seem old school and all that stuff, but I mean, why would you need it? It wasn't a bedroom. It was a computer, literally. It was designated for computers and storing our games and all of that stuff. But when I was little, I couldn't even use the word lie. I had to say storytelling. It could have been a laugh from the depths and the pits of hell, and I still had to say storytelling in my parents' presence. Like there was no what? If I got upset or disappointed, dang, huh? What'd you say? Like you couldn't even say dang. That was pretty much a cuss word. So yeah, the new wave and ways of parenting, I will say, are a little bit foreign to me because I don't know. You can bald face tell your mother you a lie. I, I mean, I'm adaptable, but I don't think I can ever quite get used to that one. But anyway, all of that to say, I came back in to let you know we did get a couple of games, but mostly to say goodnight. Thank you so much for watching until this point. And if I'm not the only one that's old school, would you please give me a little support in the comments? Because I don't know, it's so funny as I reveal layers and things of myself. I kind of wonder, how is it received? Or, you know, people will say, oh, thanks for sharing. Or, but no, I want to know, is it just me? Am I the onlyest old school parent out there? Or what's going on? Like, really, what's going on? But anyway, let me just say thank you so much for tuning in this far. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up button as it helps my algorithm a whole lot. And I appreciate it. I do not take the time that you spend with me for granted at all. And I want you to know that I thank you. And until next time, take care.